suggestion. Do you guys want to watch Dumbfounded versus PH?
Oh, yeah, because PH's birthday was like...
Yeah, we just passed PH's birthday. I've been kind of holding off on that one, but I've always had that in the pocket. I really want to watch that battle.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I love that battle so fucking much for so many reasons, but I feel like Dumbfounded was like fucking on fire.
That was his best battle.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I'm down.
We're going to watch Dumbfounded versus PH from Battle of the Bay 5. If I can type. It's funny that Conceded comes up first.
That battle's like the rap battle.
I know.
Like 6 million views.
Is it King of the Dots most viewed
Yeah.
battle?
It finally passed the beatbox battle.
It did.
Is it the most? But it's behind Shoddy Arsenal,
Still.
right?
Nothing will top Shoddy and Arsa unless
It will.
Eminem
It's on pace too, for sure. Like Shoddy and Arsenal's been around
It still
three
climbs though.
years longer though.
Still climbs at a high rate.
But the rates, like I think, like Dumbfounded Conceded is like going up a lot faster, right, than Shoddy Arsenal.
In a shorter amount of time.
Have you guys watched that battle recently, Shoddy Arsenal?
I watched it with you guys.
Yeah, we watched it in the show, and damn, I remember when it came out, I thought Shoddy won, but I think Arsenal fucking won that battle.
Ars won that battle.
Yeah,
when I was watching with you, I was realizing that Shoddy Har just called Arsenal Wale and T-Pain and like 3 different dudes with dreads.
Yeah, word. Yeah, Arsenal. It's kind of funny because recently people have been bringing up the fact that people think Arsenal's like the GOAT, and there's like a pretty fucking good argument for Arsenal being like on that Mount
He
Rushmore.
slacked for a minute and it lost some of his steam, but like
he's never been defeated.
He hasn't lost a battle.
Yeah, but he's battled tons of good dudes. He's, in my opinion, besides, I think he's probably the only one to clearly beat Hollow. Like that's like unarguable that he beat Hollow.
Verb, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. We watched that recently. I think fucking Verb. Verb beat Hollow too.
If there's a table in the middle though, does it count? Or is that the only battle that counts?
Word. There's a pool table separating you. It doesn't count. It's not battle rap. But, okay, so we're going to watch PH versus Dumbfounded from Battle of the Bay 5. This was in 2009 from, in my opinion, the greatest battle event to ever happen. I feel like something like this cannot be replicated again without an insane fucking budget to have this many big names under the same roof of so many different genres of battle rap and the audience being receptive to all of them. So I think that's like something that's kind of going to be really hard to replicate nowadays.
Question. Did they cash people out for these Oakland big ass Battle of the Bay cards, or did people just do it for the love?
Oh, you mean like did people get paid?
Yeah.
Some people got paid. Some battlers did. Some didn't, and some got paid eventually. Like some were guaranteed money, and then eventually.
Like now.
Yeah. So, but yeah, a lot of people were doing it for the love. A lot of people flew out. Like all the Brits flew themselves out to battle, and they didn't get paid, but they were just like so. It was like that perfect time where like, I think this event too is like the first event that like King of the Dot, Don't Flop, and Grind Time all were in the same like kind of venue, all kind of battling each other like with Organic versus Disaster. Fucking Avi was there, which is hilarious.
Avi's a funny guy.
Yeah, Lopeshi versus Tantrum, which is also a fucking amazing battle. Jack Shit. I feel like there's a couple others that I'm forgetting. Kid Twist also. He battled twice too. Right. And there was actually a King of the Dot battle that happened at this event because originally Kid Twist and Madness was supposed to go down in Toronto, but it got delayed.
Yeah.
So we just did it there, and then I just gave him the footage.
Wow.
Yeah.
What King of the Dot did is they threw a fundraiser event. It was like a GZ type card, and they gathered a certain amount of money and dispersed it through the battlers to help pay for the costs and everything. But from what I understand is I'm pretty sure like none of them really got paid anything. Like they got the hotels, the flights.
You guys are good 3 people to ask this. Why do you think that happens less now? Is it pride for the fact that just because people get paid, people
because
don't
there's
wanna
more
do
sources of revenue. There's pay-per-views, there's bigger attendance, and then there's also just the fact that everyone's been doing it for so long. And back then, like when I battled Surgeon General, I did that for free. I was working like 40-hour weeks at Rogers Video, saving up to go there, got the hotel, everything. Probably ran me like almost $1,000. But it was more to get your name up.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you don't see GZ and PG. Like you don't see a PG flying out to the bunker to get his. You don't see a Don't Flop guy flying out.
Because back then there wasn't a lot of money.
No, we don't pay. I mean they do, but it's what you're saying is like there's not top
up
tier
and coming
dudes.
battle rappers don't.
Because
don't
they hear
fly.
us talking about how much money we
That's
make in
what I
battles,
think,
and
yeah.
they want it too. Back then, it's not like everyone was getting mook money and everything,
Mm-hmm.
so we wanted to just do it for the love. But then now there's enough money in the culture that they feel like they're entitled to some money. Is how I
Yeah.
look at it.
I feel like still is like a very, because now it's just a wider range of between top tier and bottom tier, but I feel like bottom to lower mid tier are all doing it at their own expense, whether to travel or I imagine some people are even paying to battle so
Financially,
they
it
get
wouldn't make
footage and
sense
stuff.
to pay the bottom tier guys.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when the bunker was around, like, I cannot. I'm so bad with names, but the dude that battled Robo on the first event, do you know his name is like
Progressed.
Progressed. I always want to call him Progressed, but Progressed flew out to battle.
Okay.
Jeff flew out twice to battle at the bunker on his own dime, and we didn't pay him either.
Right. And just battle goods.
Yeah,
So it
and
works.
so
There
he
you go.
and he's also got a lot of great things coming up. So
Does
yeah.
he?
I
yeah.
flew out, battled Surgeon General on my own dime. Wilding out now, so we're
Yeah,
it pays
word.
off if
It
you
works.
believe in
But
it.
yeah, what you're saying is right, Frak. Like, I definitely like, even with doing battles and ruin your day, I kind of like run into where it's like, is there a payment? Where it's like it's not for the same thing anymore. It's like they understand this is now an industry. Where back then this wasn't an industry.
Right.
Like, I remember at this event, Lush was telling me how much he was paying Arsenal. And I was like, what the fuck?
$500?
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit higher than that, but it was like that. It was like...
we could book 15 rooms at the Jack London for that.
Yeah, word. I was like,
They're $40 rooms from what I remember.
yeah, it
Like
was cheap.
$40.
But it's like, it was just different times. It wasn't an industry. This was like completely out of Lush's own fucking pocket.
And I think the other thing is battle rap has further removed itself from hip hop to the point like these dudes are like trying to do this as promo for music, as promo for their
Yeah,
brand.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
now battle rappers are just battle rappers.
Yeah,
They
word.
just battle rap to battle rap.
Yeah.
Bigger battle rappers.
Yeah, like
so.
arguably the biggest and best battle rapper right now, Hollow, he like openly admits, he's like, I don't make music.
Nope.
Which is fire when he says it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
word. His music's pretty tight though. He sent me that fucking like new Houston song he did, and I like put it on like
I like
an
it.
LOM song, and everybody like that was all the comments. It's like, what's that Hollow track? I'm like, oh, okay, well you still fucking got it, man. But
But it's
yeah.
like that song, Whipping That Yellow.
Yeah.
So-
I like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
ignorant shit.
That's
I
almost
like,
tight.
That's
not-
but it's like a
that's
song that it's like, wait, is he making fun of trap
Yeah,
rappers?
that's what I couldn't understand. I like couldn't get if he was
Once
mocking
again,
it,
the
if it was
perfect
satirical.
counsel to decide on this.
Word. Yeah, yeah,
From
for
my
sure. I don't
experience
know.
in the trap.
Yeah.
I think,
But it's like he'd always said like, I'm not like I don't take music seriously.
I think
don't
it was
make
tongue in
music.
cheek.
Yeah.
But I also think he does occasionally whip that Yola.
Yeah.
Can you say that one more time,
There's a
please?
duality to it.
Whip
you
that
know what
Can
I'm
you
saying?
say that one more time?
Whip
that.
but
yellow.
You're talking about
Anyways.
Ape Yola, right?
That's-
Back to
Why
the
would
battle.
you whip it if you?
I don't know.
So yeah, like so Dumbfounded was I forget if this was before or after he battled Kid Twist. I want to say this is
This was after.
after. Okay, so
No, it was before because Kid Twist was his last battle before he came back.
oh word.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then PH battled Disaster before this in Battle of the Bay 4 and beat Disaster, and that was PH versus Disaster was PH's big return to battle rap, and PH was always a huge advocate of battle rap. He was at every fucking Scribble Jam judging and shit like that. Same with Poison Pen, and I always remember seeing him and like really like I don't know, he was like always like the big fucking homie. He was like the I don't know, like kind of like gatekeeper of like good fucking battle rap, and he was in Q and 5. Like I don't know, it's just like cool that he came back. Did so good against Diz. I remember him going into that Diz battle. I was like, "Fuck, Diz is gonna fuck this fool up," you know. And then PH did that like whole like recycling a line, like called out the time code in a fucking YouTube video, and like
Yeah.
made the crowd go crazy. Especially in the West Coast where it's like you can't repeat a line, you know. But yeah, going into this battle, it's kind of funny. I remember Dumb talking to me about it and saying he was like super nervous. He was like, I'm fucking really nervous going into this because this dude is like really fucking good at rapping. And before that, I feel like Dumb didn't battle anybody that had like a rapper's accolades of like what PH had. So
Yeah. PH
Just check her out.
at PH underground New York hip hop legend.
Yep.
You know, at this point and before.
I recently listened to that Orange Moon Over Brooklyn.
It's incredible.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
He was on, I think, a DJ Rhetmatic mix that, like, I'd never put two and two together that it was Pumpkinhead. That
Yeah.
You know, I think I went back, you know, a few years ago and was like, oh yeah, that Rhetmatic Beat Junkies mix was hot, and realized that it was PH on that.
Yeah.
And I had that album and I was listening to it in like 90.
Which one was it? Was it the
It
one
was,
that's like Volume 2?
which
And
one?
Is it like Volume 2 and it has him like mixing on the cover? It was a double disc.
Yeah, it
yeah,
was.
Yeah. I think I know which one you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that one. I actually just recently looked it up in YouTube and I was listening to it.
It's a really, it holds.
Yeah.
It still holds weight.
Should we watch this?
540
Yeah, we
people.
should.
Can't believe they're still
Get
watching.
into it. Nah, it's
Clutch mic and stands a hell of gust and lung pipes expand. Good sniper right through your Budweiser can. I'm sick. The doc gave me a cat virus scan. They found an empty tiger clan of fire ants inside of my diaphragm. I'll be damned. Past Spider-Man.
Who knows?
Uno high times in your
This is awesome.
motherfucking
Shout out to
area.
Fredo.
Eat nothing but mushrooms and drink pure liquid acid. I'm zoomed the fuck out, bitch. The fuck is good.
That is probably my favorite Lush One intro.
Let's run
because
that
None of
back,
it makes
man.
sense, and I have no idea what he's talking about, but it's fucking incredible.
Uno high times in your motherfucking area. Eat nothing but mushrooms and drink pure liquid acid. I'm zoomed the fuck out, bitch. The fuck is good.
And DMA. What up, Molly Ringwald?
I seen it.
Non-perishables, Fresh Coast mixtape. You already know, you know what I'm saying?
Click here
Wonton,
and buy it.
you know what I'm saying? Wonton soup and white bread and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Follow
WorldStarHipHop.com. The fuck is good.
coins.com. That's how it is. Get your gold coin on, straight up.
And if you don't know, now you know. This is a fucking crazy ass battle. On my right hand side, represent Los Angeles, California.
2 a.m. You're up, no need to check the mirrors. We're not being followed by Officer Ramirez.
Dumbfounded just put out a little EP that was pretty dope.
I haven't listened to it yet. The one where he's like shirtless on the cover. It's like a painting kind of.
Yeah, like anime-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His music's so dope.
Yeah, his music's fucking. Okay, I always have this argument, and I'm sorry I like keep getting sidetracked from the battle, but in my opinion, Dumbfounded has the single most success out of any battle rapper from our era in music, because he went on an international tour recently with through the States and Canada, and he sold out every single fucking venue he went to. And he went to the not the Oakland Metro, the fucking Mod Club that was at World on 5, right?
Yeah.
He sold Mod Club out. World on 5 didn't sell Mod Club out.
That's
He battled
fire.
at World on 5.
And
So
it
it
did-
makes no sense. It's like,
For him to battle.
yeah, word.
He's had a really interesting career in the last year or so. He's been putting out kind of EPs, some new music, but just recently he's been putting a lot of time in South Korea. He's been on South Korean TV shows, and the new EP, it's called Hyung. I don't know what that means in Korean, but it's a very Korean focused. So a lot of the people that he's working with are big like stars, hip hop stars in Korea. So he's already kind of been making noise especially in the LA scene, but he's, I think, kind of pivoting towards a kind of popping market. And there's a YouTube channel called 88 Rising, which is I don't know, maybe who is it that runs it? Is it a Japanese guy? Korean. So they have like this Asian connection, and they're bringing a lot of like American rappers to like places like China, and then they're like Designer will do Panda, and there'll be like, you know, subtitles for other
word.
languages.
Yeah, K-pop
Whoa.
is like transitioning to K-hip-hop.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's tight.
And then I think, like, so there's this kind of not weird, but an interesting connection digitally of a lot of, like, the internet culture is bridging the gap between Korean, Japanese, and kind of Chinese hip-hop, and just kind of, like, the Asian hip-hop scene into, like, even they premiered, like, an XXX Tentacion song that had a guy named Keith Ape, and Keith Ape.
Yeah, Keith Ape was
Keith Ape
Ichima.
is
Yeah.
Dumbfounded and ASAP Ferg. And shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you though. I think he's the most successful. I brought him out to my college. Well, I needed to pay for him somehow, so I like manipulated the Asian American like union to pay for Dumbfounded to come out.
Awesome.
But it was like happened to be during finals week, so it had to like the show had to end at like 10. So I was like, oh fuck, no one's gonna come out to this show.
Yeah.
I was opening. I was like, this is gonna be none of my friends are gonna come. It's too early.
Yeah.
I show up. There's like 200 Asian people I've never seen on campus.
Oh, wow.
And it's just like a super lit, like him and Aquafina, like all these Asian people are just like going ham, like mosh pitting and shit. And then the sprinklers went off, and he's like, "This is the most wet any of you have been." And I was like, "Oh my god." So this is battle rap rebuttals in the pocket.
Even at Blackout 5, when Dumbfounded Battle conceded for the press conference, it was at a quite swanky hotel, and Drake was there, and there were a lot of people there, and I think there was, I don't know if remember when you would walk out? You were there then, right?
Yeah.
Like, you'd walk out, and in the lobby, there were just like a ton of people.
Oh, where they pretended they were Drake for a second.
But I don't think that they did do that. But I don't think that they were like Drake fans there to see Drake. I think they were just like students hanging out, and they were like, "Is Dumbfounded?" Like they were going crazy for Dumbfounded.
Wow, that's crazy. I thought they were all there to see Drake.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, it's like
most were there to see Dumbfounded.
I feel
That's
like
Actually, a funny story that
crazy.
happened right then was Shuffle T had 100 bullets under like a blanket or something.
Oh, that was great. Yeah.
I know it starts off weird, but it ends off funny. and then and all these people outside like, I think Drake's here, and then Shuffle T runs through like as a bodyguard holding him down. He's like, "Everyone back away from Aubrey, everyone back away from Aubrey," and all these girls and everyone's jumping around like, "Oh my god." And then he lifts it up and it's just 100 bullets standing there, and they're like, "Who the fuck's this guy?"
So fucked up.
BattleRap.com
One girl's
has
like, "Oh my fucking god, it's 100 bullets!"
Karsten,
your fucking kitchen scheme was a
there's
you
a
redefine word association in Canada.
there's an incredible interview with like Roan, Shuffle T, and Marlo. I forget who else was in there, but it just like it captured that insanity where Roan's like talking with these people. They're like, "So do you like Drake? So like, would you have sex with him?" And it's like, I think we had to cut it out because it was like you were talking to clearly a minor right now. But there's
damn dude.
Come on, bro.
it's like we like where it was just like the most and Daylight's
I
there,
was
and
gonna
it's
say
just
that
like
would get him fired from
all
Barstool, but that'll probably get him a promotion.
Yeah, Barstool saw that and like, we're hiring.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. The minor, the better.
yeah. So if you, I don't know if we can post that in the chat or if you can find that. It's really.
That's why he loves minor league baseball.
Hey, Justin B, go fuck yourself.
All right, Frak, let's focus.
People are probably pissed.
First time, Los Angeles swim team, Koreatown.
And on my left, representing that Brooklyn.
Get your Hawks and Max, you gon' need all that. I'ma throw you on a grenade and put you on blast.
PH1 on the song.
Alright, yo. First of all, Pumpkinhead is a gay-ass name. That shit is way past lame. You and Superhead got the same last name. Yo, know the part in Cinderella, how at midnight the coach turned back into a pumpkin? Well, an hour later, the pumpkin turned into a fat Puerto Rican.
That's slant rhyme right there.
Where was the rhyme? I didn't catch it.
I don't think he meant for that to
Don't
be
don't use that kind of terminology.
No, good.
I don't think. Honestly, don't think he was trying to rhyme. I think he was like just trying to
Just
snap.
turning into a Breitbart live watch.
Jesus.
No, for real though, it was pumpkin and Puerto Rican. That's a stretch.
Yo, know the part in Cinderella, how at midnight the coach turned back into a pumpkin? Well, an hour later, the pumpkin turned into a fat Puerto Rican. Yo, I saw pictures of him with his family over, eating plátanos with Rosie Perez, Rhetoric, and Sammy Sosa. What a bunch. Did y'all notice Ugly Punk is Big Pun's little brother, Chubby Pump? Yo, you think I'm dissing your people in a major way, but you're the one who ditched the Puerto Rican Day Parade for the gay parade. Over there, everyone likes to dance, wears bright pink pants, and loves smashing pumpkins like the 90s band. Yo, he's down with the youth wearing 90s brands, rocking baggy overalls, doing a 90s dance. Yo, he says being from the streets is something you forgot, but don't worry, y'all, he's still pumpkin from the block.
I remember in the building that all those like yos he was doing, it was like really killing his momentum. I remember like feeling like it was like, oh, it's funny. Okay, are you choking? Okay, that's funny too. But are you choking? It's like confusing, you know.
He does a lot of yos, even when he battled Conceited and Disaster. He was still. It always sounds like he's about to choke, and then he pulls it off last second. So I just think he probably prepares last second. But.
I thought you were gonna say he prepares with a bunch of yos in there.
I saw that last video blog where you
Disaster
challenged me
boat.
and I accepted. You said you have mad love for me and I was someone you respected. You look real gay eating that ice cream and saying it like you meant it on YouTube. PH GTNY President's Blog 2 minutes and 56 seconds.
That's the most grind time shit ever. Time stamping, yo.
That's
Well, no, he's
there's-
flipping it on Pumpkinhead because Pumpkinhead said
he's
that
giving
originally
his
against
diss,
Disaster.
and then that one doesn't even fucking matter. It's like you
What
look
was
gay
that?
eating ice cream. That's why it's so fucking funny because it like doesn't even fucking matter.
I'm just imagining the grind time fan like pausing the battle, opening a new tab,
Yeah,
finding
be like,
the timestamp.
Where does he look gay?
Street cred revoked.
Yeah, Jesus.
I'm just like, where was Pumpkinhead eating ice cream on camera? Like,
I don't know.
I've never seen that video where
Me
he was.
neither.
We could look it up.
Yeah.
If
can
we
do
were
it.
eating
can
ice
watch
cream
it.
right now, like, I don't really feel like it's a diss if I saw
Yeah.
someone eating ice cream.
Different times back then, man. Ice cream
Different.
was gay back then.
Ice cream was
Ice
gay.
cream was fucking gay.
You get killed for eating ice
Yeah,
cream out
yeah,
there.
you eating ice cream in fucking New York, dude? With no Tim's on?
That's a third
You're
round.
getting shot.
Unless you eating ice cream out of your Tim's. So
Yeah,
like out of
word.
a soda can.
Yeah,
Liter.
yeah, like, yo, Chess. All right.
First round though, no offense.
SMBRB looking it up.
Yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal, for sure.
You are about to get your ass whipped. Your facial features match with that of the catfish. Not the nose or the eyes so much, but your cheeks and that stringy ass mustache, bitch. You think I can't switch and match
This is
wits?
so dope.
I bash his, I give him a fat lip, and y'all can watch as this wind passes him by like the far side on a bizarre ride. You look like a bum that's been squatting outside a soup kitchen, growing up with dreams of joining up with the Fushnikins. Till you found out, hold up, till you found out that they weren't Asian. Then you felt like you was mocked, started listening to Pac, but all the thugs dissed you. I hit with the power of Shaq, so it ain't nothing for me to chip fool. And this fool, and this fool, and this fool be talking Spanish, trying to get love from my people. Mira este chino quiere pelear conmigo. I'll stomp you through the piso till you're the same consistency as soup, miso. And you had the nerve to diss the Saurus's acne when your face looked like raw packed meat and athletes crack feet after running a track meet. We got a better comparison. A steroid user's ass cheeks, and if you ain't know, Dumbfounded's real name is Jonathan Park. But we all know Asians can't drive, so Jonathan Park.
I think
Damn,
that was a 10-8.
PH was
I think
fucking
PH kind of
bro.
bodied that round.
Yeah.
Even though the Jonathan Parks was kind of like a weekender, but like when he's like,
thought
like
that
a
was
bizarre ride, like I remember in the building being like, this is fucking incredible.
That cadence.
Yeah, so dope.
And like Dumbfounded didn't have that. He didn't have
Yeah,
the
word.
momentum where PH just.
Yep.
You know what I love back then? Like, I laughed out at his first line when he's like, chapped lips and this and a mustache, bitch. Like, you don't need a bar or anything. You just call out
But
a
you just
bitch.
gotta sneak in
Like-
that last little insult.
Like a faggot,
Yeah,
bitch,
faggot.
cocksucker.
Yeah,
Also, the PH's material just like it flows better, where
Yep.
because it kind of connects. It all kind of connects together, and it's like chunks that he's added, like that he's put back to back.
In
Whereas
those
like
60-second rounds, you can't pause.
No.
Like,
right,
Yeah.
and like Dumbfound is just like one liner.
Oh,
What's the
fuck.
next one? Like
Ooh,
Frak's drunk.
I'll get us out.
Woo.
first party foul of the day.
Trying to ruin your day, but not ruin your laptop.
You know what's funny is I've actually spilled beer on this laptop a lot. One time I spilled a whole like fucking pint of beer like directly on top of it.
That's fire.
And it still works. You know, it still fucking cuts battles and shit, so that's tight.
We just lost all of Black Oat 7.
Every single Mass 3 announcement is gone.
They just got deleted off YouTube.
Alright. We good? They're saying splash.
Splash!
We need to hear it in Avocado's voice, though.
Alright, you guys
Nice.
go. I'm gonna use the restroom really fast. Just keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling.
Young
Here we go.
Zamboni.
Uh-oh, no
The
avocado.
Fushnikins. Till you found out, hold up, till you found out that they weren't Asian, then you felt like you was mocked, started listening to Pac, but all the thugs dissed you. I hit with the power of Shaq, so it ain't nothing for me to chip fool. And this fool, And this fool be talking Spanish, trying to get love from my people. Mira este chino quiere pelear conmigo. I'll stomp you through the piso till you're the same consistency as soup. From my people. Mira este chino quiere pelear conmigo.
He says, look at this Chinese man trying to fight with me.
Nice.
Am I right, SM?
Who had the line where he's like something about El biblioteca? It's like, and everybody in the crowd goes crazy. He's like,
Donald Glover.
y'all just, it's like, y'all just cheered me talking about going to the library. There's some
Oh, I do remember that. I don't remember where it's from.
Consistency is soup, miso. And you had the nerve to diss the Saurus's acne when your face looked like raw packed meat and athletes crack feet after running a track meet. We got a better comparison. A steroid user's ass cheeks, and if you ain't know, Dumbfounded's real name is Jonathan Park. But we all know Asians can't drive, so Jonathan Park.
I mean, if he's good at parking, it takes some skill to park. You know what I mean?
I think Dumbfounded. I keep wanting to call him Jonathan or Chino, but I think Dumbfounded, like, he's heard that bar plenty of times. That's why he was like,
Yo,
It's a battle, y'all.
I remember this is when you took over this.
that first round was a weird display. You've been rapping 30 years to date. I'm surprised you didn't start your round with, my name is Big P, and I'm here to say... I can tell by your step.
Any bar from Grind Time clowning on someone for being really into lyricism and real hip hop and like wanting to do ciphers like ages very well. You know what I mean?
Now that you've clearly aged. Dear PH, I should be running the New York division. Sincerely, Jays.
He has super creative setups.
Yep.
I remember when you and Jays would host battles. We all thought you were both assholes. What were y'all supposed to be, the lethal weapon of grind time? Hosting is a one-man job, Einstein.
A-Ward says, my bad for ducking, Frak, because we were supposed to battle on bots. It's okay, man. I heard you were busy.
I wouldn't be surprised if you were out doing E, a faggot rapper. This pumpkin's a jack-o'-lantern with a mouthful of seeds. Yo, you can't keep busting rhymes. You're either gonna fucking die, get drunk and high with sunken eyes, or end up as a tranny named Pumpkin Pie. You gotta stop rapping, become a counselor or an English teacher, looking like King Latifah. You and I.
Dumbfounded is the best at doing anything. Like, what do you say to disaster? It's like Iggy Azalea. It was something about Iggy.
Iggy Israeli.
Iggy Israeli, yeah. He's so good at those.
By the way, your video blogs are boring as fuck when you get all personal. Bitching about Jays and how you like to work alone. I didn't even know they allow the internet at the nursing home. Yo, he don't go nowhere without his medication and respiration tank. Grind Time should be excavating grates, not this pumpkin that's past its expiration date. PH, I'm perpetuating hate. I'm burning this asshole. You should have had more preparation, H.
I would still pop this dick.
That round was fucking.
Was it as good as PH's first one? Yeah.
I know. I want to thank them for having the wackest, poorest flow. And for meeting up with Bill Clinton and letting them two reporters go. See, Kim Jong-il could get his wigwam peeled. You're not on your job, sleeping on my bars. Now you know how Rick Ross feels. What, you thought I wasn't going to come to Cali and bomb you? You undercover cross-dresser. I bet all his fan letters start with Tu Wong Fu.
You know what that means?
No.
So that's a reference to Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, which is a movie, I guess, from the late 90s or so about drag queens.
Okay.
And he
Damn,
called him
I didn't know
pumpkin
that.
pie earlier.
I didn't know that either. Thank you for
He
clarifying.
called him pumpkin pie, so that's a rebuttal.
Or-
Drag queen, that was a rebuttal.
Yeah.
Let's
In the
go.
ground.
That's why I come here, is to tell you guys about drag
Yeah,
queens.
word.
stuff.
Big boy stuff.
Hijo de puta, your girlfriend's a sucia. It's ironic that you suck and she chupas. Booyah! Yo, check it out. It's ironic that you suck and she chupas. Booyah! Ah, fuck.
Freestyle. Come
on. I gotta admit, you had a good old.
Did you say that?
You know what's funny? I've said that in 2 battles where people choked. Diz and PH. Freestyle.
You know, that's the last thing people want to hear.
Yeah, I know,
that
exactly.
makes
Just
people
freestyle.
like think
Yo,
about
I'm
it.
spitting it,
Yeah.
no.
But I was giving good advice, man. If you just went to freestyles, you could not. But I mean, I think that's what he
Maybe
did.
if you said splash it, he would have.
Word if I'm like,
Right.
You could have just ended off the round by saying "faggot."
exactly.
Would have been good. Would have been like, that was a good ender.
Have you seen that clip? I think it's a fairly recent We Go Hard battle where the guy's rapping and the other opponent's like listening, and then off camera there's like the guy says something and there's like a bit of a reaction, but apparently like I guess the cameraman reacts and the rapper's like, yo, like, you're a cameraman! Like, stop reacting. He's like, you're just doing too much right now.
Really?
It's like, he calls the guy out for
That's
reaction.
awesome. That's awesome.
That's the best.
That guy would hate me.
The best.
Splash. Correct me if I'm wrong here, though, but PH battled Disaster before this, and didn't he make fun of Diz for choking? And he said number 1 in the rule, or the MC's rhyme book is you keep flowing or you keep going.
Yep.
How crazy would it have been if Dumbfounded rebutted in his next round and did because you know he brought back the 2 minutes 40 seconds.
Yeah.
If he rebutted that right there and was like, you said this against Disaster, you fucking hypocrite, or just repeated that would have been crazy.
Yeah, word.
Did anyone do that in his next few battles? Like brought that angle up that you said that to Diz and then you choked?
No, I don't think that's ever.
That would have been a crazy angle.
Should we get this shit?
Run. But after this shit, your battle career is done. See, thirsty fishes like to have fun with dumb. Mike Eagle gets him open, putting his thumb in dumb. Yo, I'll bash this maggot in his whack click with a back fist. I'm not talking about uploading pics online when I say I snap fish. I'll punch ya, cut ya with a lumberjack flow. His chicks are thunder. Thundercat ho. Hey yo, hold on. I would have put the beats on mama, and my fam was like, damn, how she ran that pussy fast like Chitara. But I had to stop her. When the panties came down, I damn near barfed. Cause I ain't know if it was pussy or alien, I had to call that snarf. And yo, hold on. I don't mean to diss you. I know you be in motion pictures. He been in mad versions of Godzilla and played the baby in Tropic Thunder that stabbed Ben Stiller.
This is like the OG 100 Bullets Pokemon bars reference.
Word.
This is the Thundercats.
100 Bullets is watching this. He's like, think of what I could become.
So what do you guys think got that round?
It's
Dumbfounded.
Dumb.
10-8. I think it's 10-8.
Yeah, but honestly, it wasn't a bad PH round.
Let me close this really fast.
No, it wasn't bad, but back then you weren't. You know what I find these days, people really allow you to choke. Like you could choke and people are like whatever, like just bring the bars back, and people don't even like put it into a decision. But back then you choked. They're
You're
like
done. You're like you lost the whole
they're
fucking
like,
battle.
is he allowed at the next battle of the day?
Yeah, word. Exactly. No, you're totally right.
Yeah.
But like the funniest thing is, I feel like the turning point in that was Lux choking versus Calico, and I remember because the URL crowd was so like, if you fucking say a bad bar, they're like, boo, that sucks, like, fuck you. If you choke too, they're like, get the fuck out of here. But Lux, like
He just
they
put
like,
an
they
aura
like,
on
they
them.
like, yeah, they just fucking like.
They all,
they like held them on their back, they marched them up,
They
like,
all
loaded
turned
Lux, everyone!
they turned into their inner Canadian. They were like, you got it, Lux.
Yeah, no, there is footage out there of him choking, and it is dead silent in the venue. And I think somebody says, "You got this."
Wow.
No one else has that
which
respect
is like,
though, besides
Carter Deems is the
I
only
fucks
other
with that, man. Like I didn't go there to fucking like ruin your battle. I went there to like
Ruin
hear
your
you.
day.
Yeah, I went here to ruin your day. But I'm not gonna go to a battle and fucking boo somebody because they choked. It's like it's understandable.
And he was just like, I mean, now in 2017, that like real talk third round is so common. But then in 2012, that was such a game changer. Like,
yeah, for sure.
when Calico was spitting all that shit, they just wanted to listen and tap into that, which I
Yeah.
understand.
Word up. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you gotta click on it again.
Yo,
Okay.
yo, little half squat. You old as fuck with outdated pop references. He be calling sodas pop beverages. Hey,
No one else can.
I should just sit this one out and let my pop settle this. I wish you died and the king of pop never did. Yo, I know.
Coming up in California, like
R.I.P.
being raised in the Bay Area, you would hate to be friends with this dude because he's the dude in the friend group who just clowns everyone.
No, all those fools, like, because I kick it with, like, when I first moved to LA, I would kick it with Jonathan, Dumbfounded, Satire, Intuition, Lyraflip, and all those fools do is just roast. Same with No Can Do. And it's like, I would hate to fucking hang out with them because I'm not really I'm not a roaster. It's like, I don't hang out with my friends and be like, oh man, your shirt's fucking stupid. You look gay. Like, I'm just like, nice to see you, man. You want a drink? But they're just like, and I remember specifically, there was like one time Alpha MC was outside of Low End Theory and he had some like referee striped scarf on, and Lee was like, you look like a fucking French pilot. And they're just digging into this fool so bad I could see his like confidence going down slowly, and just like, these fuckers are mean as hell.
Fun fact, when you started hanging out with them, you actually weighed 130 pounds. And then they roasted you so bad that you were just like...
started doing steroids,
and now they roast you for being too big.
Yeah, I know.
Yo, this hip-hop DX shit has gotten you into fake news pretty
Donald Trump's in the message board there saying fake news to everything you're saying, Chris. Dropping.
Oh, you're older, but I'm better at this rap shit. You're a veteran of whackness. I'm gonna explain to y'all how big
of whackness. Holy shit.
This generation gap is. I was recently in the Fresh Coast DVD's bonus features. You were in Wild Style when it was shown in theaters.
Awesome.
Back in the day, that was the best thing to do. It was like, I did this, you did that.
This,
Like when you're battling someone that's like fat or someone that's old, and you're like, I would do this, and you, like that always worked. I remember I think I even used that angle after I heard that I battled Arcane, and I was like, every battle rapper does it. It's not a bite, but you hear something, you're like, oh, I gotta do something like that. And I battled him, and it's obviously whack, but it was like, what was it? Because I was young and he was old. I'm like, I was in diapers 16 years ago. In 16 years, you'll be in diapers for the rest of your life. Like old lines like that, and then like. Well, it was pretty shit.
I mean, I think that's whatever. You won that battle. You were wearing a Broncos shirt during that battle, too.
Automatically won.
Yeah.
But,
he did put you in a box. Race car bed. Yeah.
You remember that.
It's a hot line.
This whole YouTube chat has turned into an A-word AMA. Are you in the back of fucking Sunday services answering these YouTube questions, man?
Dumb was actually a big guy with that, because I remember in his tantrum battle, he was like, I was racing, or you were racing Integris and Honda Civics. I was like, doing, that's like, I feel like he might have been the one that kind of started that.
Yeah. That's a very dumbfounded flow.
Yeah. But word.
Yo, he rocks throwback jerseys. He rocks throwback jerseys, not because he's trying to. When he originally bought them, those players were kind of new. Yo, I used to play Super Mario Brothers in the arcade. Used to play Super Mario Brothers, the board game. Yo, I know your history. I know your history. I know your history. You joined the Brooklyn Academy after you got fired from cooking at Applebee's for hooking up family. Yo. I know you used to make tracks with Two Mex and had a crew with them called Two Necks. And I know you've been rapping with Gene Gray and got left by more than half of your teammates for acting like a faggot, spelled with a capital PH.
Ultimate grind time bar right there.
Spelling and faggot.
Yeah. That's like the most advanced faggot bar of all time. That's the faggot bar you go back to. Like, they were homophobic,
but does it hold up to this?
Right. There's one that actually had a double meaning to it.
And I know the East Coast might not like
Please do it.
I know the East Coast might not like me after this, but I hope y'all still do. Even though I just murdered your president, John Wilkes Booth.
It's a hot round.
That's a classic grind time round.
Work today.
Fucking clowning, looking into the camera.
I always forget to look in the camera, but it looks so dope.
I noticed Dumb was one of those. Dumb and Pass actually were one of the first people that like picked up on that really
broke
fast.
The fourth wall.
Where they like would just rap into the camera and not rap to the crowd. Even nowadays, I feel like people don't really do that. They like because it's like the crowd's way bigger, obviously, so they kind of like want to perform to the people that are there. But I always feel like it works the best when you rap at your opponent and then in the camera.
Yeah.
Arsenal does it.
That's the tough round.
Such That's the best feeling when you just drop a crazy
Shut up.
round.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
See him
What?
around himself.
Missing out on battles. Petro. Last battle of the Bay, him and Sat missed out on their battle with Real Deal and Fresco. Supposedly their car got impounded, but what's really insane is that they still didn't show up after Lush offered to put them on a plane. All expenses paid. Wait, there's more. Grizzlemania came. You were supposed to battle Collide, but didn't due to going out on tour, which as an artist I can respect, but then Cap got upset when he found out the tour never happened and you never went. Yeah, if I was Lush and Cap, I would have been told you to fuck off. No wonder your favorite condiment's duck sauce. Dumb as a dodo.
Young May here.
He thinks he's loco, rocks his low slow, buttons one button at the top of his shirt and talks slow like, hey Holmes, son little puppet. Learn flip looks at him like, yo, you're not Chicano, you dumb bitch. Yo, hey yo, you remember the Taco Bell commercials where the dog tried to get you to put down the food, bro? Well, in reverse, I had to coerce Dumbfounded to put down the Chihuahua instead of the Chalupa. Yo, any woman that fucks with you, I call that a dumb fuck. I punch you in the face, we'll call that dumbstruck. And the only way he win in this battle is if all 5 judges is leprechauns, and we'll call that dumb luck.
All right.
Well, that's just part 1. Is there promo OT?
Yeah,
promo,
but yeah. So who do you got winning that?
Dumb 2-1.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I'm tripping. I think it was a 4-round battle because
It was a promo OT.
I think it was a 4-round battle.
I don't know if we got
Yeah, it's a
round
4-round battle.
Round 4. Yeah.
Because
it
because
is.
also Pass and Hollow was 4 rounds too.
Okay.
And I talked about this in the watch when we watched Pass and Hollow, but do you guys know that Hollow didn't show up with 4 rounds? He like just showed up with 3.
Yeah.
And then Pass was like, actually it's 4 rounds, and then Hollow was like, okay, sure, I'll do it. Fucking
Let
awesome.
me just put my intercombinant generator.
yeah.
That was in an earlier round though. That was prepared. You know what's crazy? How much battle rap has changed. Back then it was 3 rounds, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll do 4." And then him and Pat Stay were battling in London, and there's a dispute, and he's like, "I'm giving you 1 round. That's it."
word.
Like,
well,
now he'll give.
It's
I know
at such a
different
bigger
now.
level now, and
'Cause that
it's
was
like
about
That's what I'm
money,
saying.
though, right?
Not on Hollow, but I'm saying that's so much the sports changed. Back then, Hollow was like, "Yeah, I'll give you an extra round." Now it's come to a point. Now you're getting only 1 round.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
that's how much
Interesting.
money got into the sport.
I wouldn't blame.
Yo, you.
Yeah, like.
What else would it be?
Yeah.
I assume he showed up and they didn't have the correct amount of
No,
money.
Right. He's like, we'll do a promo battle.
Yeah, that's exactly what
for the
happened.
next one. Yeah.
Been served in every era. What are you, a time traveler? Yo. Hold on. What are you, a time traveler? You're like.
One thing I think grind time battlers didn't know that Dumbfounded mastered was likability, just being like a chill dude. Like
Charismatic.
like
Yeah.
so many people were just intense and like trying to win in the building and forget like that you live forever as a personality on the internet.
Yeah,
you know
word.
what I
Who's
mean?
like that nowadays?
Who what? Who
Has
has that
charisma? I think
likability?
Charlie Clips is like that, man. I think
Yeah.
Clips like wins most battles purely based on his charisma.
Yeah, Clips at his best is when he's taking it easy and taking it light, and
Yep.
when he's like just roasting and when
Find
it's like
Hollow too. Hollow's
Hollow
like
too,
that.
yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Like the Highlander rhyme battler. Yo, he went on YouTube and pulled up on my battling clips. With him, I had to find the last film reel that exists and project it on some Charlie Chaplin shit. Yo, you so old, you were in the first ever silent battle. Yo.
That's great.
Now you out here, now you out here.
You know you're
Now
getting
you out
roasted
here
if you
yelling like
grab
a
your
violent.
nose and look at the floor.
Yo, these old jokes are so original, yo.
Yeah,
like,
word.
some grind time jokes are just like you can Google Asian jokes and
Yeah.
like that. These shits are like very unique, personally crafted.
Silent mammal in a grind time battle and I'll abuse this old bitch like a movie on the Lifetime channel. I will slap his pumpkin face and leave him with a pumpkin patch. You're fucking fat. You need to pump some iron and do some pumpkin jacks. I was gonna put some money up for this battle, but this dude ain't worth a penny. He's just another average rapper, and trust I've murked me plenty. I haven't served a senior citizen since I worked at Denny's. Yo, you were supposed to be one of the leaders of the new school, but ended up being a bottom feeder up on YouTube. Yo, man, you still rocking FUBU? These old jokes never get old, but you do.
Crazy, dog. fucking crazy.
Who remixed that? I know was it Dumb or someone remixed?
Somebody did. Yeah.
Yo.
You know what I'm
It's
talking
all right, PH, because 40's the new 30, but you need to start moving around, because 300 pounds isn't the new 200 pounds. All right, Mr. Underground, it's time to come out of the ground, because while your friends were putting in work, you were lyricists lounging around.
Lyricist lounging around.
It's all right. I seen your peers perform at Rock the Bills. I seen you in your uniform at Taco Bell. They're doing mad tours, stamps on their passport, while you're living mad poor, food stamps in your cash drawer. They're letting champagne bottles pop after signing deals. You at Santana's Auto Shop, aligning wheels. It's all good. Mad poor, food stamps in your cash drawer. They're letting champagne bottles pop after signing deals. You at Santana's Auto Shop, aligning wheels.
That's like 18
It's all good. I couldn't believe it when this dude sent me a challenge. I was like, is it bigger than dude mentally challenged? I rep for Los Angeles, the city of angels, and I'll run through your whole crew and leave a division with halos.
That round was fucking
You facing a first generation underground legend. I'm about to air you out. You're part of the second generation of Project Lodians nobody gives a fuck about. Micah passed me the 9 and told me you wasn't his friend. So I went to your crib, turned the radio up to volume 10. Put the hot potato on the barrel to muffle the sound. He wasn't there, so I stole his Pinkberry t-shirt. I knew that would ruffle you now. AC alone, that's my homie, so I gotta shout him out. But your nuts ain't dropped yet, so it's true what AC said, all balls don't bounce. I'll smack this fool back to Catman do.
That's an AC Alone reference.
You should have rehearsed for this battle instead of doing album commercials for Abstract Room. Yo, hold up, Fredo. Frankly, I think you chewed this motherfucker. So I'ma spit in his face. Great mood, motherfucker. You a stupid motherfucker. I should shoot you and then punch you. I bet Medusa used to punk you to do her acupuncture. Yo.
One thing I think Dumbfounded has as an advantage here is PH is doing very inside battle references, and Dumbfounded is very general. Any YouTube person in the world could understand his material, which I think contributes to the YouTube comments being like, Dumbfounded 4.0, or I'm sure they are.
Oh, man. Fuck. I bet Medusa used to punk you to do your
Never
acupuncture.
again you have to repeat your last
Fuck, yo.
Oh, he choked.
I can't do that. Good shit, baby. Good shit. That's it. Yo, you win some, you lose some. You know what I mean? You did his fucking thing.
KarmaLoopCodes.com. Shout out to my partner.
May have been the best round of the battle. I don't know. Dumbfounded's third.
Nah.
Great rounds.
4th and 3rd Dumbfounded are crazy.
And like, yeah.
PH's first was real nice though.
It was.
Class.
I think PH tried to kind of do Dumbfounded style a bit towards the end and clown, and if he just stayed on that like PH shit, he would have it would have been more even.
Yeah,
if he would have rapped a bit more, I feel like he. I don't know. I feel like that was Dumbfounded's best performance, and who's gonna be Dumbfounded on his best performance? You know?
Yeah.
And I mean, for PH to at the end be like, you win some, lose some. Like, how often do you see a guy immediately admit that I
be
just
like, whatever.
Yeah, great battle. Great
Yeah.
battle.
That was a good
Two
battle.
legends.